Hi, I'm Chris Ryan, down here at the Belfry in the TaylorMade Performance Centre, and in this video we are going to give you 3 key things that you can focus on to make sure your knees are working better in your golf swing. And all you are going to need is an alignment stick and a small bungee cord to do that. Before we do the video, hopefully in the corner of the screen about now you've got details for Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Please make sure you go ahead and follow me on all of those. It's a good way for you to get in touch if you would like to. Right, so we are going to take this alignment stick, we're going to take this bungee cord and we're going to attach it to my knees, and that's going to help us understand a little bit about how these knees need to move in the golf swing. Right, so as you can see, I've used the bungee cord and I've got this alignment stick literally just above my knees. And what this is going to do is it's going to really help me understand how I need to move my knees in the golf swing, which is ultimately going to help us deliver the club. If I'm talking about my knees, as you can see, if I start to move my knees, this kind of stuff, the alignment stick's going to also move. And it's just going to highlight what the knees are doing. It's just a slightly easier way of sort of me explaining to you, but also the visual side of things as well. So we're going to talk about this in backswing and downswing. And poor, well, classic leg action, poor leg action or poor knee action is quite common. I do see golfers who often struggle to deliver the club correctly simply because the sort of lower body isn't working correctly. So we're going to take a setup to this golf ball. And point number 1 is really to make sure that the knees are allowed to change flex during the backswing. Really important. So from the other camera angle, you shall see that as I make my backswing, you will see that my trail leg, my right knee, has lost a little bit of flex, and my lead leg, so my left knee, has increased in flex. So what that's done is it's caused the alignment stick to move quite considerably. I still see lots of golfers who are desperately trying to keep the lower body as still as they can. They're trying to keep the knees very, very still. They're trying to lock the legs, is a term I hear quite often. You look at good players, accomplished players, they will allow the legs to rotate. They will allow the knees to change flex. That allows the hips and the pelvis to turn on the right angle and allows us to make a full, complete turn. This is really, really important. So what I'm trying to do here really is I'm allowing the knees to move, and that's really key. It's my hips that are turning, and because my pelvis is rotating, that's causing my knees to move. I'm certainly not, from the setup here, I'm not trying to lock that right leg out. I'm not trying to increase the left knee flex. I'm just allowing my hips to move correctly, and that will in turn allow my knees to change flex and also rotate. So I've got some rotation in my knees. That's point number 1. Now point number 2 is all about how we start our downswing. What I would often see is that golfers, when they make a backswing, the knee flex will often start to lose that knee flex quite early into the downswing. So they almost move away from the ground and get a little bit taller. So if I show you that again, you'll see that from the top, I almost straighten my legs as I begin to deliver the club. What I want you to try and feel like you do is you move back towards this position to start with a little bit of knee flex. So once I've made my backswing, my right leg needs to reflex as I start to rotate my knees back towards where they came from. So that's a really, really good move to practice. Backswing, and then the knees are going to re-roll to where they were as the club starts to fall down. So I'm using my knees to control the movement of the golf club. That's really important. I would like, every golfer is slightly different, everyone's got different limitations, we know that, but I would certainly like to see the knees back to, let's say, square or back to where they started, certainly by around about the left arm, just going past parallel on the way down. I will often see too many golfers where the golf club is almost at the ball and we still haven't really rotated those knees, they've almost straightened a little bit, we get them a little bit shut off. So that's point number 2, is to make sure we rotate the knees and keep the flex. Point number 3 is really to make sure that at impact, we've got our knees open. Now that's really only going to happen if we've got our hips open. If my hips are open, my knees are also going to be open. And what that's going to do is going to help me get the handle forwards. It's going to help me keep my arms straight. And those 2 things are really important if we're trying to hit good, solid iron shots. So point number 3 is to make sure that through impact, I'm starting to open up my legs. My lead leg is now starting to lose flex, and my right leg and my right knee is also starting to lose flex. So the knees losing flex through impact is okay. What we said in point number 2 is we didn't want them to lose flex too early. I do see that quite commonly. So we're going to go. Point number 1, allow the knees to change flex in the backswing. Number 2, bring them back to where they were at setup, both with some flex. Then we need to, through impact, make sure the knees continue to rotate, and through the hitting area, both knees are beginning to lose flex. So we get this very extended look to our golf swing as we continue to turn through to a finish. Hopefully that makes sense. Something like a stick across your knees is just going to heighten the learning experience. You're going to see a lot more what's happening as opposed to feeling what's happening and maybe trying to have a guess at what's happening. So let me go ahead and hit one. I'm going to leave the stick on. It should stay in place, hopefully. But we should see those three things happening, provided I can do it all correctly. Got a 7-iron. And that was pretty good. I'd be happy with that. So, an alignment stick, a bungee cord, and you've got everything you need to work on the knees in the golf swing. And if you can work on the knees, the foundations of the golf swing are better, and hopefully the golf club will be delivered more consistently to the golf ball. Right, thank you very much for watching. All the usual things down there. You've got the comments box, the like button, and the subscription link, all down there. Please make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and you won't miss any of the videos. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again next time.